My dear friends, ladies and gentlemen, it's a great day as well as an auspicious occasion when I have been asked to deliberate on the problems relating to religious intolerance. Why is it happening? We are finding that in almost all countries of the world, we have religious intolerance. So what is the need? First of all, I would like to tell you, unless and until we remember three words, that is peace, mercy and tolerance, it is very unlikely that we will be able to really sustain the problems of our Mother Earth. We have to be peaceful, and to remain peaceful, we have to be merciful, we have to be tolerant. What is happening? Because of the fight among the religions, there is a violence everywhere. We remember the slogan of Mahatma Gandhi, to remain non-violent. But how is that possible? We must have interfaith studies made compulsory in the schools, colleges and universities and other educational organizations. The interfaith studies, Sarv Dharm Sabhav, we have to have inter-religious dialogues. Rather, I would like to advocate that at the United Nations level, there should be a United Nations spiritual forum for world peace. If we really want peace on our Mother Earth, the answer lies in having a spiritual forum. So we wish to have a United Nations spiritual forum for world peace, or for that matter, till such time the United Nations, by time, we can have an interfaith spiritual forum for cooperation with the United Nations. So that way, if we have spiritual dialogues, interfaith dialogues, interreligious dialogues, by making a specialized curriculum to be taught in the schools level or the universities level, with a view to educating the students, the pupils, that every religion is one and the same. The idea is to maintain peace. No religion asks you to become violent, to become extremist. So for that matter, unless the salient features of different religions are taught in a unified curriculum, it is very unlikely that the problem of religious intolerance will be stopped. For that matter, what is the strategy? The strategy should be to have a committee at the national level where experts of all the religions could be invited to give their inputs. When I was talking just now regarding the need to have a United Nations Spiritual Forum for World Peace, what would be the role of that spiritual forum? Like in the General Assembly, we have the presidents and prime ministers of different member countries of United Nations assembled to discuss different burning issues. Accordingly, a time will come when there will be United Nations Spiritual Forum for World Peace, and where the spiritual leaders of the world from different countries will assemble, and they will also discuss. Because now is the time when we have to look back and see, when the politicians go to the villages or the urban areas, if they announce something, the voters and the common mass do not believe on them. They feel that perhaps they are lying. But still, people adore the saints and the mosques, the saints and the other religious leaders, the sadhus, or the educators, the peace educators, the spiritualists. So for that matter, when they will understand the problems, and once they resolve something at such a spiritual forum and come to the respective destinations, their countries, and then if they educate the common mass, the people in general, that here are the salient features we have discussed at the United Nations level, and we want a particular solution to all the burning problems relating to insurgency, the peacelessness, or for that matter any other issue which is resulting from religious intolerance. Dharmic or Sahiष्णुता. This is very bad. We have to have a policy, an educational policy, a counseling policy, where there is no place for religious intolerance. And that is possible only when, as I was telling you, that there could be committee at the national level, the resolve to have a curriculum, the same could be vetted by the vice chancellors and the state board heads of education, secondary education and post-secondary education. And once this is decided, the instructional materials, the study materials are to be prepared in different languages, English and Hindi, or for that matter, all the regional languages of all the states of our country and the languages of all countries of the world. And once the study materials are there, it will be given to the students and it will be substantiated with the lectures and clarifications to be made by the teachers who will be specially trained to really tackle this burning issue of religious intolerance. It is a very big issue. I do not know of any country where there is no problem of religious intolerance. How will that be possible to solve such issues, burning issues? That will be possible, to my mind, by having the research, training, publications, preparation of audio-video instructional materials on interfaith studies, interreligious dialogues, and only then it will be possible. For that matter, we had been working on this project, and only last year we have come out with a 15-volume World Encyclopedia of Interfaith Studies, which we wanted every university to acquire so that the researchers, the professors, the students, and other general public could visit such libraries and understand the need to really introduce this important subject so that the problems relating to religious intolerance comes to a halt at the earliest. With these words, I am sure that the governments will understand the need for this, and whenever they invite us, it will be a pleasure for us to advise the governments and the other philanthropic organizations, religious organizations, interreligious organizations, to enable them to have a critical path to solve this problem as soon as possible. Thank you very much.